Well, hey, we're here at Gunner's Firearms again with Maggie. Maggie, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful, thanks.
Very good, very good. Beautiful day. I know it's early before the store opens, and we're both kind of like rubbing the sleep out of our eyes. It's been that kind of a morning.
Undercaffeinated for me, for sure.
For me as well. I didn't bring my coffee, and I have to run out to the truck after this and get my coffee. Thanks for reminding me. Hey, we were talking just a second ago about the credit cards issue, and I had asked that, did you see a change in the codes, and you'd mentioned...
I am not in charge of our merchant service accounts, so I don't have any of that information to share. Yeah. However, I can tell you that in this age where information is very prevalent and freely given most of the time by our own little personal devices of some sort, that I have gotten... I have been contacted by police departments asking, hey, is this person still at your location? And to me, that strikes me as strange.
As a customer?
Yes.
Wow.
So I've had law enforcement agencies contact me and say, hey, is this person still at your store? And I'm like, that's kind of an odd question. Why would you want to know? Well, it seems that family members know your location of your phone, and when someone sees that it's pinging in a certain location and you're right there next to a gun store, they're like, oh no, this person is intent on doing something, or they're intent on making poor choices. There was a wellness check that was made on someone just to see if they were still here at the store because someone called in on someone else and said, I don't know. Here's the horrible part. Is the person that called in for a wellness check, was that intentional, like, hey, this person really does have problems? Or is it just, this person pissed me off and I want to make their day as horrible as I possibly can? This person has no business having any knowledge about anything that could harm me or harm them or whatever. Even if it's good knowledge, they still can't have the knowledge.
Well, let me ask this. So, because there aren't red flag laws in Missouri.
No.
And as far as I know, there aren't in this county.
Not.
So, I couldn't imagine the Attorney General would let there be. But, so... I understand the wellness check because cops are always...
Yes.
They can always do that. They can always do that.
I hear it all the time. They will call in and say, hey, the front door will be open. I will not be here. And they roll up just in time to hear a gunshot go off or something like that.
Sure.
So I have heard law enforcement officers answer those calls, and those are not fun calls to make. So anytime they don't have to make that call, or they can get there before it happens and diffuse the situation, that is always a better option and a better outcome. So I understand from that perspective, they do have to check because this does happen. But also, on the other hand, they say, yeah, there's a lot of times where it's entirely false and the person is well and good on their own, and they have someone in their family or in their past or in their circle of friends that is trying to just really cause them more trouble than they're worth. But
so, but the police can't they couldn't take the fellow's gun. Okay. I was kind of wondering, well, what was the outcome of that?
No.
In the end, you're like,
the outcome of that is that...
I mean, if it was me, not as the salesperson, because I would be concerned for that person, but as the person, be like, there's nothing you could do about it.
Exactly, and that's one of those things. It's like, we're supposed to judge you on, like, from our side of the counter, we are supposed to judge you and by what you say, how you walk in here, how you act, and the questions you're asking us. And yeah, sometimes there are people that come up and we're just like, not today, maybe, or maybe try someplace else, but we're not the shop for you. And then there's others that, like that person in question that I dealt with, they asked a lot of the right questions. Where can I get training? I need a safe place to practice. What do you have local that I can get involved in this? I'm interested. I mean, there's somebody that wasn't thinking it through on, I think it was an erroneous call.
Sure.
And that person was seen later alive and well and walking around and having a grand time, witnessed by other folks too. And so it's not, I don't think that was, yes. I can't speak to what individuals are going to do on their own time. I can only speak of what I know briefly.
How often does that happen, the little safety checks or the wellness checks that you get a call? Like, how is that fairly normal?
It depends. I think it depends on the area.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the person themselves, and I truly can't tell you what those odds look like. I mean, I can only speak to the fact that it's only happened to me like in memory twice.
Okay.
That I can think of.
That's good.
But I'm not the only one that works at this gun store. I'm not the only one that works at a gun store, and I am not the only gun store in the United States. So this could be on a larger scale in different areas. It could be something that might be.
Sure. And we're not even in a big city. You know, we're kind of in the suburbs here.
Yeah.
So
we're definitely in the
suburbs
burbs.
/ country, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More suburbs lately, but country about 5-10 years ago.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Gosh, thank you so much for sharing this. Fascinating stuff, but I don't know. I'd be curious how many times that does happen where somebody just calls like, oh, he should be at that gun store. I'm calling the police. You know?
They shouldn't be in that area. And I will say that the other time that happened, we were like, no one fitting that description has ever been in here. Could they have possibly been at one of the other businesses in the area? And they were like, oh, well, they did say they were going to look at bicycles today. Oh, well, guess what? There is a bike shop right across the street. Why don't you ask them if if they've seen that person?
Anything suspicious in here?
Yes.
Dangerous bicycles.
Yes. Go check at that store first and then come back and let me know. And in fact, yes, that person was going to buy a bicycle that day and not a firearm, but so.
Oh, well, interesting stuff. Gosh, thanks for sharing this. The day you get a call from a cop about a credit card purchase, let me know.
It would be
If
fraudulent.
it ever happens, yeah.
It would be a fraudulent.
More fraudulent things.
I've had fraudulent charge happen before,
Sure,
and my cousin has too. And those suck, and those aren't fun. Palmetto State Armory had a rash of those a while ago, several years back, and people using stolen credit cards to purchase firearms, and then having them shipped and picked up under someone else's name. That's a straw purchase.
Yeah.
So that is a huge thing when
that's a big one.
A credit card, a name on a credit card does not match the person doing the background check. That's an automatic no. So that would be the only red flag that would stop a purchase here at the counter. It's like, oh, it says this was paid for by this dude. Where's this dude? He's the one that's got to do. Oh, no, he gave me the money for this. I'm doing the background check. He paid for me as a gift. Doesn't fly anymore. Sorry.
All right. Well, gosh, thanks for this information.
Sure.
Incredibly fascinating.
Yeah.
I bet those are always strange calls to get.
There's some interesting phone calls on this side of the counter for sure. Absolutely wonderful.
All right. Well, hey, again, thank you, and we'll just keep chatting.
Heck yes. Until
right.
next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.